How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid Group. And I must say, I was looking for this stock to get to the $50 level, and then boom, we were able to get past 50 and gain a lot of momentum. And it's part of the reasons why I've been talking about it for quite some time and saying this play has become a trader's paradise. I hope you guys have been taking advantage of it. But you know what? I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know those key levels. Lucid has been on quite the run, and I want to make sure you have a solid game plan if you're looking to get into it. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent short interest information and as well as the recent institutional ownership. The reason why the short interest is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know what was the buying and the selling behavior like on the institutional side and as well as on the retail side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid Group. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $55.52, being up 23.71%. On the low, it tested $46.51. And then on the high, testing $55.68. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 241.626 million shares, and for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 95.523 million shares. So when you have this above average volume coming through Lucid, of course you're going to see some price action like this. So when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 80.20. So we are in the overbought territory. So what this means, if you believe in the long-term prospects, if you are buying Lucid at these current levels, you are paying quite the premium. When we take a look at the moving averages here in our chart, we have strength above the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. And you can see from here, we have a strong uptrend. We also could see at the time of this recording going on inside of the after hours, we're currently at $56.20. So one thing to take notice of going into tomorrow, I want to see Lucid being able to hold up the $50 level. So if it opens up, we have a dip. Holding 50, I feel we can make that strong push going to around $60. Could this happen inside of the pre-market? Most definitely. But if it doesn't happen, keep an eye at that $50 level. We did test 46.51 on the day in regards to the low. So even if 50 did break, then I'll be looking for some strength right here around $48. So as you can see from this uptrend that we have been on, it is definitely looking very bullish, and it's part of the reasons why I want you guys to keep this on your watch list. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So scrolling down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions and red rows indicate closed positions. So these filings are actually from November the 15th, which we covered in yesterday's video. But one thing that we have to take notice of, we have Guggenheim Capital LLC that purchased 38,844 shares, and then we have Legal and General Group PLC that purchased just under 75,000 shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 40.13%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 15.1 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 2.8 million, updated 13 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 0.64%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of November the 12th, it was at 40.00, which was last week Friday, and then for the close yesterday being at 40.13. So of course it continues to have short squeeze potential, and is part of the reasons why we have been seeing some strong price action in Lucid stock. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we can see here on the inflow, it was 2,833, and then on the outflow, we had 2,626. And keep in mind, this is in the millions. And of course, we ended up having an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown even further, we had 36.76 on the large, we had 1,561 on the medium, and then we had 1,235 on the small. When we take a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large we had 19.31, on the medium we had 1,445, and then on the small we had 1,162. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for November the 16th, look at that inflow of 17.45 million. So it's pretty much taking the difference. Now, when we go further, taking a look at the breakdown, we can see as far as for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then for the medium side, we had more buying than we had selling. And the same thing goes for the large as well. But we did see some profit taking, but it really didn't matter due to all the buying pressure. Now, when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 15.09%. This is no shocker whatsoever. There's a lot of traders that are coming in and out of this play, and we also do have many people who have bought in shares and are deciding to continue to hold them. There's also swing trade opportunities due to the fact that there's a good chance that Lucid is going to be able to get to $60 as well. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid Group, it was exciting to see how well it performed inside of the market today. One thing that I want to make sure I bring to your attention, you have to have a strategy when you jump into this play. We were saying, hey, we wanted to see Lucid make that move going to $50, and if it was able to do that, we can look forward to seeing some more strength. And of course, the way how it's looking like in the after hours, it looks like it's trying to move up to around $60. I saw it around $58 and something. So going into tomorrow, I would love to see Lucid hit that $60 right on the nose, and then seeing if we can go to 63 and then make that move going to 65. But one thing to be clear about though, if we do end up having a pullback at the market open, you know, we're going to have some profit taking and so forth. I want to see us hold up at least the $50 level or the $55 level. If we're able to do this, then of course this is where I can see us making that move going to 60. Now, as far as when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it still continues to have short squeeze potential. So due to the fact there's a lot of attention coming into the play and we also have a lot of buying pressure, don't be shocked if you see the stock continuing to move and having similar momentum that we have been experiencing. Another thing also that I want to bring to your attention, we also see that institutions are continuing to load up on shares, and we're also seeing a lot of interest on the retail side, but we do have some profit taking that is going on, and I want to make sure that is something that you're aware of. So if you are up in this play, just make sure that you do what you need to do in regards of protecting your profits and know exactly what your entry and as well as your exits are going to be. Stocks just don't go straight up, so I want to make sure you're going to be on the winning side of the trade and not on the losing side. And before I close this video out, one thing that was good to see and probably did help with the run that we ended up having today was Jim Cramer hanging out with CEO Mr. Rawlinson. He was there taking pictures and so forth. You saw him inside of the Lucid cars. Again, this is definitely something that I love seeing because it brings more attention to the company. And of course, that's why I want to make sure you guys are staying up to date and this play continues to be on the radar because it is doing quite well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll be talking real soon.